What the hell?
No, I added. I'm streaming it to my channel, so I can have a copy because
I guess. But definitely, like, he is promoting some, rather negative behaviors. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. I have mixed feelings on Andrew Tate personally. I'll just say that, which I know that's controversial, but.
All right, we're gonna see this video.
Into white men in the United States primarily because of white supremacy. There's a black creator.
Oh wait, can you restart it? I have a. You can turn him up.
With white men. Asian men are into white men in the United States primarily because of white supremacy. There's a black creator on here that said that when they go out, they see a lot of Asian men with white men. This person lives in LA, and I actually want to rebuff this specific statement. If you see Asian men with white men or kowtowing to white men, it's usually because they are in a white space and they've only been conditioned to be in white spaces kowtowing to white men. These white spaces include like West Hollywood, really a lot of any like bars, because most queer and gay Asian men, we had to create our own spaces. So we're all hanging out where y'all are not invited, and y'all meaning white people. We're at Moi, we're at Switch, we're at Q&A, we're at Jung. We're creating our own rice patties at all different kind of music festivals and music events. We're going to community events instead. And so the few Asian people that you see out and about, like in WeHo, that are in these primarily white spaces, they're usually transplants. Because I grew up in Ohio. I'm half Korean, half Filipino. When you're Korean or Filipino, oftentimes you're taught that like whiteness is what you should aspire to because of US imperialism, because of US soft power in both the Philippines and in Korea. We are taught that like white is right. This is all changing now, and especially because the internet, like we're able to connect to other queer Asians, and there's a critical mass of us. So now we're able to create our own spaces. I'll tag the creator below. Right now, stitches aren't working on TikTok. And so when you go to like a space, for example, like Masterbeat, there was a Masterbeat on Sunday. There's like the 100 Gaysians that we all, our community. And then you'll see like the 5 Gaysians that like they only know how to operate within a white space, whether it's because how they were raised, whether it's like a generational thing. A lot of older Gaysians, the only option was to be around, like whiteness in some instances. And being half Southeast Asian, half East Asian, it's very clear like Southeast Asians, when you go to something like Puri Volta, which is like a Latin warehouse party, it's like all Filipinos, Thai, and Vietnamese. Like we are always the first to kind of like seek out new queer POC spaces. And I think Southeast Asians, like we are mostly like the ones kind of like allowed to kind of be a part of those spaces because there is like inherent colorism between East Asians and Southeast Asians and South Asians.
So Asians are people of color now. I have no idea what he just said, other than it sounded very racist, and I loved his use of y'all.
It's really
and
bizarre.
Yes, he is very gay. Hey TML, hey Track. No, I have no idea what the fuck he's talking about. Like white men date. I mean, Asian men date white people for status. Track, could you make sense of any of that? Welcome.
I think what most people would say is that's racism or classism or it's some sort of discrimination. Even in the tight knit, can't tell the difference communities, it's discrimination. So again, this would be one of those moments where you're thinking, the fuck are we doing here? Like, do you care about this person? Do you not care about this person?
If you were going to date a gay guy, which one would you date? A white or a gay or an Asian?
A Gaysian? Not him. If he's representative of Asians.
Honestly,
I wonder if this is a generational thing. Like my generation just didn't think this way. We were all at the gay bars, just having fun together. We didn't. It was all about being yourself. We didn't care what group. Like it wasn't a group thing. Oh, there's the gay Asian.
you know, are you guys familiar with the movie Chuck and Larry?
I'm familiar with Chuck and Buck. Let me look up Chuck and Larry.
Is that a porn? Yeah.
No, it's not.
I now pronounce you Chuck and Larry. No, I don't think I've even heard of this.
It's like two straight guys get married.
Adam Sandler
for the benefit or something like that.
Yeah, they did it for the benefits.
Oh, it's like two straight guys that get married for the gay benefits. Is it good?
But it's a very funny movie if you ask me. I like it.
Watch it.
But at the same time, I've even told my wife, I was like, if I didn't marry you, I'd marry, this dude. And this dude was somebody that I grew up with. Would we have intimate relations? No. However,
well, that's bigoted and homophobic.
Who's going to stop us from getting married?
Well,
like, why can I not tie myself to this dude under God?
Well, look, Untrackable. The butt sex is just a bonus, though. Okay, so you just get that. That just comes with the territory.
Well,
I wonder if there are straight people that have taken advantage of getting married,
but
like just because they want to just form a household together the rest of their life.
Being as that we can live together, we can understand each other. Domestic violence would probably be at a very low.
Well, that's what
it's not
was saying.
He was saying
that with modern technology that the gay guys can just get married and they don't need women anymore.
But making somebody my benefactor, is that it in itself gay? Saying that, hey, I care so much about this person, and I want them. I want them to get what I have earned when I die.
I have a genuine question for both of you. Do you think that it's the gay action or the gay feeling that makes you gay?
That what?
Like the gay action or the gay feeling? Like feeling gay makes you gay, or doing the deed makes you gay?
It's the attraction, because I haven't had the gay action in going on almost 2 decades now, and I'm still gay. So it's definitely the attraction, the desire. If you never act on it. Like I was gay before I ever had sex. Because I knew what I wanted to have sex with. I knew what I was attracted to.
So are you saying that you were a gay? Are you saying that you were a gay, Jeff?
A what?
A gay?
I was a gay. Most gays are gays if they don't turn out to be trans.
But where does that fall, legally? Does it really hinder legality with gayness? If you have a beneficiary of your benefits, what's the problem there? Because
I don't think as far as I know, you don't have to prove you're actually gay to get married. Like you and your best friend could go down and file for a marriage license, and you don't have to prove.
What if they require that you have to make a sex tape to do such a thing?
Then I wouldn't even be able to get married.
Well, that would also be some sort of exploitation.
Yeah, like how are they going to know? You just show up and say, "Here, me and Bob want to
film crew to your house."
Okay, here you go, sir. Enjoy. Have a good life.
Because as soon as you make somebody prove it, it becomes, what does it become? It becomes public domain of subpoenable evidence? And at what point is who I poke or, you know,
Get
uh,
poked by-
get poked by or create a beneficiary of? At what point does that really matter? And you know,
I think it does.
What-
What the two of you do in your household is, I don't think it's anybody's business, and not everybody procreates.
Well, if Andrew Wilson had his way, then the gays could procreate without women, and then it would just be a bunch of gay dudes running society.
Wait, what? What is
He said,
Andrew?
he said this is like this new technology that they can do like test tube babies or something without women. Or
well, how about this?
surrogacy or
What about a heterosexual couple that doesn't procreate? You could just as equally call them just as worthless to society.
Well,
Yeah.
see, what's weird is like a lot of this women's rights stuff right now is saying like the end all be all of women's rights is their economic viability, but not having children. And then a lot of men are like, well, why wouldn't you want to have children as women? And they're like, well, that's like slavery to women or something like that. So there's this like weird dichotomy where like men want to have kids and they're telling women like trying to have children doesn't make you a real person. It's like, it's not a real job. You need to show that you're useful to society other than having children or something like that. So it's like a really strange.
You have to have some sort of faith, and you know, imagine being a man with a woman that's not going to have your child. What are you now? What are you now? As far as what society tells you you are. Even if you are what do you call it? The one-on-one. You're monogamous. Even if you're monogamous with your intimacy, but you don't procreate, are you going to listen to society, or are you going to live your life?
I think that's what the gays learned very early on in my generation. Not to listen to society and to just live our life. That was what the whole closet was about, and not being in it. And I think for people that didn't go through that experience, a lot of people are having their own version of that now, like a lot of men. And
I mean, I've gone. I went through those questions when I was much younger, well before I was married. My mother said, "When am I going to get a grandbaby? When am I going to get a grandbaby?" And I mean, I was an uncle when I was 11, which means she was already a grandmother. But every girl I dated, when am I going to be a grandmother? When am I going to be a grandmother? And I'm the last of 3. It's like, you're not putting this pressure on my brother. You already have a grandbaby. Why are you asking me these questions? Why? When am I going?
Because women are eugenicists. They want to see their fruit multiply.
But you don't think men do too?
Yeah, but I think women are more. I think women are the drivers of eugenicism or like pro progeny. I think men want it instinctually for a legacy, but women want it for like continuity of their bloodline or something like that. Like, I mean, maybe I'm wrong, but that's kind of my sense of the difference. Like, men think of legacy and women think of like continuity of their.
Is it the same? Is it the same thing?
Well,
and I will share a little bit more. My parents broke up when I was 3 years old. I do not remember my parents being together. I know my father. I love my father. He's a good dude. I can talk to him whenever I want. I know my mother. She raised me telling me that my father was this bad dude. And then as a young man being raised by my mother, every girl I got with, where's my grandbaby? Where's my grandbaby? Where's my grand? It was like, hey, I don't know if you want me to be like my father or if you want me to be like you, but I can't be like you with her. Yeah, because I can't be a her with her.
Did you ever forgive your mama? Did you ever forgive your mama for trying to put the mama spirit in?
I have forgiven. I step every single day in the steps of forgiveness.
Were you not inclined to have children or not sure that you wanted children? Was it not a natural instinct?
Me?
Yeah.
I went through stages.
Okay.
Honestly, I left the military because I wanted a family. I did not like what I saw career-wise, family, as far as families go there. So I said, hey, I can take what I've learned career-wise, but I don't have to live this every single day. I can leave. And that means I get to go home at the end of the day rather than be gone for weeks and weeks at a time and put them through this and make sure that they're ready for whatever it is that the government puts me through. I can just get up and go to work each day and I can come home each day. And that is what we do now.
You are a good person to ask this question. Is this a video you wanted to play?
Yeah, it's kind of related to what we're talking about. I wanted to show you
and then
guys
I want to ask Track.
Designed for men, not women. The system just wasn't built for women. This is why our bodies hurt so much. Our periods are sick, we have acne issues, fertility issues, exhausted, bloated, moody, and we still got to perform like nothing's happening. I'm going to be explaining this in detail to you guys. Men run on a 24-hour hormone cycle. Women run on a 28-day hormone cycle. Men wake up with high testosterone in the morning, perform best mid-morning, crash at night, and then literally repeat again the next day. For women, our energy, metabolism, focus changes every single week. We have 4 different personalities. Period, follicular, luteal, PMS. Yet the world expects us to perform the exact same as each other, in the same jobs, in the same fields. So many of us women are burnt out, moody, breaking out, struggling fertility. It's not you, it's the system. Out of sync with our biology. I think it's time the world caught up and started adjusting to women's cycles.
I caught maybe 1/10 of what she said.
She's basically saying like women on a 28-day cycle, they have 4 personalities. So like it's not fair that women are expected to live up to the same standards as men for 9 to 5 in the office and work and all that stuff. So they're saying she's basically saying
well, how come like plenty of women I know do it? She just sounds like a whiny, entitled, princessy bitch.
That's Dr. Whiny Princess Bitch to you. Okay?
Well, whatever. Track, having been in the military, having served, do you trust the government?
No.
Okay.
I believe that their logistical systems are on point. I believe that they give their people everything that they need to succeed. But when it comes to the ultimate purpose, those things that you wind up seeing in the news, no, I don't. Because we could do a good job. We could take care of each other. We could get the mission accomplished. But then the next day on the news, America, the bad guy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but that's so like cartoonish and that's not like a statement of reality. That's more to appeal to some kind of story that people might have about America. But I'm wondering, who is there anybody out there that is part of the 17%, or am I alone on my own little island? Because 83%, according to Pew, does not trust the government to do the right thing.
I do not trust the government to do the right thing.
Well, here's what I would say. What's your definition of trust and what's your definition of right? And I think that most people don't know the answer to either one of those questions, particularly when it comes to the government.
Well, I trust it because it works. Like my whole life, it's pretty much delivered on the services that it's there to deliver. I see the government as practical and functional. As long as it's functioning on a practical day-to-day basis, then it's working. And a lot of people's mistrust about the government seems to be moral. Like it's not living up to certain standards or ideals, or it's corrupt, or it lies to people, or this and that. That doesn't affect my day-to-day life. I'm living in I'm living in a country where we have things here and we do things here that are amazing to me, and they work on a day-to-day basis. And it's because we as a nation collectively, the government is all of us. It's not just Congress, it's not just the president, it's not just the judiciary. It's all of the bureaucracy. It's everyone that gets up in the morning and goes to their government job and keeps it going. Like I have faith in all of that. I am inspired by that. I have admiration for those people. Like we as a nation are making this huge complex machinery yield amazing opportunities and results for so many people. And I don't know how people can overlook that. So I think we're looking at different things when we talk about government. And I'm looking at like on the ground, how the government is operating on a day-to-day basis and intersecting with people's lives. It's not an abstract like social media entity that I have narratives about.
You know what? I'm not sure if I mentioned this before. I've never really seen myself as a globalist. However, you know, if boundaries were broken down and resources were made equal, the same way that you get clean water, Jeff, the same way that I get clean water. I turn on a faucet, I get clean water. If we could do that for everyone, that would be beautiful. That would be beautiful.
To me, we mostly do. If you don't live in Flint, Michigan, or maybe Louisiana. Although our water's pretty clean. It comes out of the swamp, but it's pretty clean.
And again, you even had Charlie break it down to marginalized communities. And I said, you know, there are people who do, and there are people who don't do. That's not necessarily an excuse for the failure in the water systems. The water systems are fairly easy. But what's not easy is getting people to let go of their dollars where they live to focus it on where they don't live. And why that water is dirty, I can't tell you. I've never lived in a place where I turned on a faucet and the water was dirty.
Yeah, I was about to say I've never had dirty water. I mean, every now and then, like some people that have well water or maybe rusty pipes, but I've never had dirty water because of the government. And I don't think it's the government marginalizing people. Do you feel marginalized by the government? Like, is marginalization part of your distrust?
Oh, for sure not. honestly, marginalization comes from your own individual actions. You put yourself in the margin. In my opinion.
I tend to believe that more or less because I think people have agency and make choices. And so if somebody's sitting in the margins, it's because they're choosing to sit there and they're not doing anything to get themselves somewhere else. But I don't think it's the government that's putting people in the margins. I think there's people that want people to believe it's the government. But I think we all have the same opportunities and the same access to government services.
I don't think it is your race. I don't think it is your gender. All the protected classes. You know what I'm talking about. We could go down the list. But
what's a protected class?
Do you understand the protected classes?
What's an example of one?
Race, religion, color, creed.
Oh, you mean for discrimination law? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's even further evidence against marginalization that we have in our law that you can't do this and we have means to enforce it.
But those, just because you are that doesn't make you marginalized. In fact, it makes you more protected. So if you find yourself saying that, oh, because I'm black, or because I'm Muslim, or because I'm this, or because I'm that, becoming marginalized to the point where I can't get clean water, well, we've protected you so much that, you know, you are more than welcome to get a job. And if you get a job, you are more than welcome to, you know, move to a place with clean water. I'm not trying to dismiss the dirty water of Detroit, because dirty water is a big problem.
Is it really?
I do think dirty water is a big problem.
Let me look.
However, it's not a discrimination problem. They're making it a discrimination problem. However, they're not making it a what is the city doing with the money problem? Because they're getting tax funded money. Every other city. Hell, if you have a soda distributor, they make clean water because they are processing clean water to make bottled water and sodas and stuff like that. Every city has it. Every city has it. And on top of that, those bottlers subsidize into the city. So why does the city have dirty water? It's not a discrimination thing unless you make it one. But also at the same time, do you want people to leave? If you want people to leave, yeah, for sure. Fuse them clean water.
Like I said, other than Flint, Michigan, which is a very specific incident, I think most people can turn on their faucets and drink it here in America. Do any of you have water quality issues with your public water? And I don't think that's marginalization. Like, I feel there's many times where I felt culturally marginalized. I feel marginalized up here, being from the South, being male, unapologetically male. Like, you can be male up here if you stay in your place and pay lip service to the values up here. So there's many reasons I can feel marginalized as a person culturally, but none of that's the government. I have the same legal opportunities here that everybody else does. The government is not the one sidelining me.
And I feel you on that. I really do. Like the government, even though I don't pay the tags on my car, like my taxes are out. You can look at my car and see that you just look at my car. Just look at the tags. You know I haven't paid my taxes.
Why?
But
Is that a choice, or you just let them lapse?
you know, we could go down that road of why, but it's not that I think I'm special. When they pull me over, I will have to admit that I did not pay my taxes. But it's whatever. But you know
Well,
what?
you're making
Not
a choice. Sounds like
not
you're
paying
willing to take the
paying your
consequences.
taxes. Not paying your taxes versus paying your taxes and having your taxes go to other people getting rich versus having your roads getting fixed. You know, maybe this is a peaceful protest. Like you're not going to fix my roads, so I'm not going to pay my taxes.
Well, how do
you're
you
going
know
to
where your taxes are going? Just because the roads are not fixed, that doesn't mean they're going into rich people's pockets. I'm sure they're being used for city services somewhere, some kind of way. They probably have a breakdown of how the taxes are being distributed.
there's always a breakdown.
I love paying taxes. It's like paying rent to live in this amazing country. I'm so happy to have the privilege to be able to do that.
And I am so thankful that when I don't pay my taxes, that I don't get stripped up from going to my job, which I pay taxes in every hour that I work. You feel me? It's
The employment tax.
I mean,
Yeah,
every dollar,
I've never had a
every dollar that I earn, I pay taxes on it. Every
If
dollar
I'm
that I
paying taxes, that means I'm making enough money to pay taxes in the first place. So that's one reason to be happy about it right there.
yeah. So I'm so sorry.
And I feel like I'm contributing to this society that I admire so
Yeah.
much. It makes me
And
proud to be able to be like help keep it going.
and I'm so sorry that I failed on this tax. But I'm on my way to pay other taxes using this vehicle. You know what I mean?
But it sounds like you failed intentionally
Well,
because you think the money's going to rich people, so you were deliberately withholding until they fix the roads.
well, then why wouldn't I withhold all the taxes?
I don't know. I'm just going by what you said. You said it was kind of a protest.
It can be. But at the same
And if I
time,
were going to protest, I definitely wouldn't do it with taxes. I would find other ways to register my indignation than something as risky as tax dodging.
but then, you know, you look how this nation was founded. It was like, hey, you're going to tax us? We're going to throw the products overboard.
Because it was
Tax-
taxation without representation, but your taxes, you had representation.
again, you can claim representation
So you don't feel like you have a voice.
through the party system, but I never voted. I've never voted.
Well, then you have
So
even less cause to complain about. You didn't even use the representation that was afforded you. So it's even less like the founding of America.
Well, what
They
is
didn't have a voice at all. You had a voice that you chose not to use.
I chose not to use the voice that was available. I used my own voice. Is that fair? And my voice said, I'm not paying you for this. I'll pay you for everything else, but I'm not paying you for this. I've already paid you 3 times. I'm not paying you for this. I would
You
do
consider-
anything
That-
for love. I won't do that. Does that make sense?
Yeah, you can do that. There's nothing to stop you from doing it, but there's probably going to be consequences down the road at some point.
Yeah, for sure there will. I mean,
Hey, Joey.
I got rear-ended a couple years ago. My registration was out. I told the cop, I'm the one that was the victim, if you will, of the accident. She asked for my paperwork. I said, my registration's out. She goes, it doesn't matter. It's not your fault. So I basically got out of 2 years of registration there because I got rear-ended. And it wasn't my fault. And it totaled the car. So,
I see all of
you
that
know.
as part of being a responsible driver. And when I'm on the road, I feel a duty as a citizen to be a responsible driver because that's what makes the system works for all the other drivers.
I believe that as well.
I'm very conscientious about the social contract, I guess, and people that are not, I have a little less appreciation for because those of us that are being conscientious shoulder the burden for those that are not.
I mean, my car passes inspection. I got good tires. I put gas in my car. All the good things. My car is good to go. You know what I didn't do? I didn't pay the tax to change the sticker that said that I paid the tax. I apologize to the world for not paying the tax on a piece of property that I do maintain. Nobody knows that I maintain it or not. But I'm the one that maintains a safe following distance. I'm the one that stays off the road when it is undrivable. I am the one that goes the speed limit while you guys zoom past me and do whatever the hell you want to do. I am that guy.
Well, you're doing whatever the hell you want to do as well when it comes to getting your tags renewed. Are you is the penalty for not paying the tax more than it would be if you just paid the tax?
I'm not sure, but
why would you make that kind of trouble for yourself if it's easier to just pay the tax?
Well, because they're coming to grips with some things. The government is, as far as the taxes are concerned. And let's just, hypothetical. Hypothetical is $200 on tax on the vehicle a year. If I don't pay it, they capped it at a max $25 fine. Right?
In addition to the $200 addition to the back taxes.
But then you can go year after year after year, but I think we're working on a cap on penalty. So let's just say I go 3 years and the cap is $500 to re-register my vehicle. Well, that's $200 a year. That'd be $600 plus 25. That'd be $675. I'd be saving $25. Do you understand that?
No.
You don't understand that.
Do you still have to pay the tax? Like if you get caught for your registration, they're not going to say, "Oh, you only owe us $25." They're going to want the 200 as well before you're made legal again. They're not just going to let you off of the taxes with a fine.
Instead of getting the money that is equivalent to, they're going to get, they're going to reach a cap, and I'm going to pay the
not
cap.
for taxes. So let's say they're owed $200 every year, and you don't pay it. They're going to get that 200.
Well, that's what some of that's what we're working on, is a cap on fines, because.
But the fine is not the 200. That's the actual tax that you owe. The fine would be anything on top of that.
But just imagine, you have a car, you register it, you drive it.
I do have,
and then
I did do all that.
And then you don't drive it anymore, so you don't register it anymore, and it sits there. Let's say it sits there for 10 years. It's never at risk of being pulled over or anything like that, right? You think it's reasonable?
You can
like it's reasonable.
If it's do you think
do you think it's reasonable to back tax a car for 10 years?
Yes, I do, because that's what you agreed to when you got the car and signed up for the registration system. So I do think it's reasonable to expect you to keep your agreements. If you didn't, if you were not down with that in the first place, then you should not have entered into the agreement to have a car. Because the state says if you have a car in this state, this is what you agreed to do as part of car ownership.
And I have
the privilege of a driver's license and the use of our roads, and this is what we expect in return.
And I have failed. Can we not draw a cap on financial compensation to the state? Can we not draw a cap?
That would be done through the political process, and you said there's people already lobbying for that. If I had a problem with the roads, I would pay my registration like I'm supposed to, and I would go advocate or lobby or get involved in some political movement to improve the roads while also paying my taxes. Because not paying the tax is not going to get the road. The state's not going to suddenly start fixing the roads because people stop paying their registration. So if that's the motivation for not paying the tax, that seems like not a very effective way to get to your goal.
And maybe that statement was disingenuous. My motivation for not paying the tax was maybe not having the money at the time. I couldn't afford, or I was very disappointed with the short term of the registration that I was given. However, none of that is an excuse. I didn't pay it. I didn't pay it, Jeff. I didn't pay it. I didn't pay the bill. I just didn't pay it. There is no excuse.
But you're
There will
also
never-
prepared to take the consequences. It sounds like.
Yeah. I think I am. And
And if
it's
you
tough.
you're not gonna have a choice if you get stopped. And cops run plates all the time. So
Oh, for sure.
It's a moving risk every day you're in the car that you're going to end up paying those consequences.
And you know what? As good a driver as I put myself out there to be, even the best, plates get run, like you said. And I will just have to eat the consequences in that moment. Regardless of a cap or not, I will have to eat the consequences.
Yeah, but I'm also part of that 17%. So I may be the oddball. When I got my car, I just recently got one. Washington State requires registration, all that other stuff, and it requires insurance. So I called the insurance company. I said, hey, I have a car. I need to get it registered and do insurance and all that. They were surprised that I called them for the insurance. They said most people in Washington State, proof of insurance is required. I mean, insurance is required, but proof of insurance is not required to register a car. So they say most people don't bother to get insurance before they register their car. They just go get it registered because there's no enforcement or penalty. You don't have to show proof that it's insured. And so they were surprised I was going out of my way to get this car insured so that I could register it, because in Washington State, you don't have to do that. And I can't imagine not driving without insurance. I'm like, no, of course I want to insure the car. I didn't know I didn't need proof, but I still want to insure it. So yes, please go ahead and insure it. And they're like, oh, well, you're one of the few people that are actually driving around with insurance with a car that you're registering.
This is something that I've run into many times, both with vehicles and with my house, is the idea of ownership. If you owe a lender, chances are in the contract to protect the lender, insurance is required. If you do not owe a lender, then it is really up to the state to require that insurance or not. And if they don't legally require you to insure something that you own, that it just puts all of the liability on you. Because if a lender, you make payments, you took a loan, and now you have this piece of property that is the car, they require you to insure it because they are insuring their financial input.
I mean, that would make sense too. They want to recover their
right. But if you do not have a lender and you own something outright, who's going to require you to have insurance? If you lose the property,
a lot of states still require liability. You don't have to have collision, but you still have to have liability. So if the car's paid off, you don't have to have collision insurance, but you still, most places I've lived, you still have to have liability insurance in case you hurt somebody else with your car in a wreck, or you mess up their car that's not paid off. But if yours is paid off, you don't have to pay extra to insure your car to be replaced.
And sometimes and sometimes they don't care as long as the bank isn't owed money, because then it comes on those people that you hurt / killed to come after you and what you have. And then it becomes like this civil thing.
I mean, to me, it's just so much easier to pay the insured. That's why the system's set up in the first place. I've never considered driving without insurance and not paying insurance, because the consequences, the cost to me in the long run as a result, are going to be way higher than if I just pay the insurance. The insurance is made to streamline the system and make it easier for everybody, and we all pay less. It's rights and responsibilities. People want the rights, but they don't want the responsibilities that come with having the rights.
Well, I mean, I'm going through this with my house right now. I pay for insurance. It's mandatory through the mortgage because I owe the bank for the house. Basically, the house is owned by the bank, and I'm paying them until I own the house.
Right.
But then I have a problem. I need a new roof. So I go to the insurance. Insurance says, oh, no, it's not bad enough. Went to them twice. No, it's not bad enough. Well, what am I paying for in insurance to protect the bank's interest in this property? In actuality, if when I recognize something needs to be fixed, but no, it's normal wear and tear. It's old age. It's on you.
Well, what's wrong with the roof that they won't fix? You talking about homeowners insurance?
Yeah.
Our homeowners insurance was pretty good about fixing stuff.
Well, ours likes to say good luck. And we're learning day by day. It just cost us was it $19,500? Like my car doesn't cost that much. My car costs $8,000. The roof costs $19,500.
Wow.
If they had accepted the fact that, old age, yes. But, you want us to pick out a specific storm where we live? We get all kinds of storms. We get winds. We get hail. We're going through snow like crazy right now. And now my roof's leaking. You told me no twice before.
To me, if your roof is leaking, though, that's a reason for them to fix it.
$2,000 instead of paying a $2,000 deductible and having the insurance company protect the property that is owned by the bank that we are paying so that way we can live here. It's, hey, go fuck yourself. So now it's costing us $20,000. Instead of $2,000 deductible, it is now costing us $20,000.
Well, did they say why they are not going to fix a leaky roof? Because that's odd to me. And can you find another insurance company? Yeah, that's my sense too. Like, why would they not fix a leaky roof?
Insurance does not care about you.
But they care
They
about
care
the property, protecting and if the roof is leaking, that's something to care about.
It's almost saying like we don't want you to live here is basically what I feel
That's
like.
that's you telling yourself all that. They don't even care about that. They don't even think on that level. Can you talk to the bank about and let the bank know that the insurance is not fixing the roof? Or get a different insurance company. I just think it's weird that they're not gonna fix a roof.
Hey, even the guy that we're working with, because we are gonna fix the roof, and we are gonna pay $20,000 for it. Said, hey, I've dealt with a lot of insurance companies, and yours, they do not like to help people. And I'll tell you straight up, I work with USAA, and if you know what USAA is,
Don't.
it is you have to be military or be like a benefactor of military to get USAA.
Oh.
And I have been screwed over so many times. It's like, oh, this is the insurance company for veterans. We help veterans. You know, they ain't helping shit, bro.
Well, why don't you
Because
go on social media and let them know this? Like, take it public. Go on Twitter and say, "Hey, this was going on my roof. Why aren't you fixing it?"
maybe I should, but
Or just can you switch? Are you stuck with that company, or can you use a different company?
oh, I can switch. I even have friends that work for what's the blue one? Is that Allstate?
I don't know.
I got friends,
Okay.
but you know, I as a veteran, I went with the veteran community, and
Oh, is it because it was cheaper? That's what RW's saying. That if it's a cheaper insurance, there may be lower payouts or less
well,
payouts.
or no payouts.
But it also a lot of this should be spelled out in your policy, like what they will pay for, what they won't, and if the roof falls into that or not. Did they give
It's
you a
just
reason why they're not going to fix a leaky roof? Like a specific reason in writing?
oh no, it just started leaking today.
Oh, okay. I thought this. So did you call them? Like they don't they have to send someone out and evaluate and all that? I know they didn't do all that yet.
Oh no, they denied us. I saw shingles in the lawn, and I called them, and they said, "Oh well, it can be repaired. Repairs less than $1,000. That's less than your
But they don't
deductible."
have a way to know that until they come out and look, is what I'm saying. They can't just determine that over the phone. That's not what an insurance company does. So at the
No,
very least, they should
came out.
send
Look,
out.
they came out and looked, and you know what? This is where the blame's going to be on me. This is where the blame is going to be on me. Is where they said, "Hey, it's like $900 something. You can fix, you can fix your roof. It's repairable. Yada yada yada." Well, we didn't get it done. More
Right,
shingles.
this all happened
More.
today though. It leaked this
Oh
morning. You
no,
called them. They came.
no. This has been years in the
Oh,
buildup. It is their denials that turned into our refusals that turned into the ultimate leakage.
so it's not something that just started today. Then
It is all my fault. It is all my fault. It is all my fault.
and
You
how hard is
understand?
it to fix a leaky roof? Is it something? you can maybe do, or get some friends to do, or some roofing company to do for cheap?
Do you know what happens when a roof leaks?
I imagine there's different levels of severity. There could be like a little spot with a few water drops coming out, or you could have a giant hole in your roof this big that the rain pours in. So there's all kinds of. I actually used to do a little bit of roofing. I had a friend that was a roofer. I'd help him out for a few days. So I've been on roofs while they were roofing.
Yeah, so it's not just the roof.
Well, it depends on the specific issue. It depends on why the roof's leaking, like the structural cause of the leak. And it's
that is
going to
the
be
missing
different
That
for
brought
all.
up to the insurance company, and the insurance company said no.
So they sent a guy out. The guy examined it, and he determined what there should have been some kind of in writing that they gave you, like as a result of their evaluation
Yeah,
of why
said
they're
no.
not fixing the roof.
Said we're not going to fix it. You can do it
Did
yourself.
they tell you why, or did you ask them why?
Because it doesn't meet the standards of the deductible.
Oh, you have a deductible.
Yeah,
So do you have to meet the deductible and then they'll fix it?
yes.
So it's not that they won't fix it, but you have to meet the deductible first.
And listen to this. The first evaluation, it was just under $1,000. Our deductible's like $2,000. The repair cost that he said was just under $1,000. You can get it fixed. Okay, the next season goes by, we have no problems. I see more shingles coming down onto the lawn. I start to see spots. I make a claim before there's a problem. They come out, but they come out this time with the roofer. With the roofer that's offering to deal with the insurance company. They look over it. The evaluation is like $400. $400, you can fix this roof. How does it go from almost 1,000, just under 1,000, to 400?
Did you ask them? What did they say?
You see, I am not on that level yet. I'm getting on that level of grilling every single fucking person I deal with, because I'm so tired of this shit. I don't want to be friends. I don't want to have good business. I don't want good business with people like this anymore. I'm going to I'm going to run people through the frickin' ringer every single time. If you are coming to work on my house, I'm going to stand over you. I'm going to videotape it. There was going to be no questions asked, because this is ridiculous. Who are you protecting by saying no when I've been paying these motherfuckers for 20 years, and you're going to say no to me?
Well, they just because of the deductible, though, you said. If you meet the deductible, then the no would turn into a yes. Fatty works in construction. He might be able to shed light on this.
I've done thousands and thousands of insurance claims for hail damage, straight line winds, shit like that. You're more likely to get your claim fulfilled when you have a contractor. I'd say, well over fucking 90%. But even having somebody there with the adjuster, they denied the claim. or said it was less than the deductible. So it's still just cheaper to go out of pocket, basically to patch it, right?
That's what they said.
USAA is notorious, dude. Like, we avoid USAA completely. Even just knowing that somebody's with USAA, we won't even touch that claim. Walk away from it. State Farm, for instance, puts out like, 50, 60. Hang on a minute. State Farm puts out fucking 50 million a year per catastrophe, depending on which catastrophe designation you get. So like quarter, maybe like quarter-inch hail to half-inch hail, you'll be in like a class 3 compared to a class 1 being like over 4 inches. So when they ask you what the date of the incident, you want to link that to a catastrophe designation within your service area. That pretty much obligates them to where if they deny the claim, now you can sue them because you were part of a catastrophe. It was a regional experience, right? If you just kind of like don't give them a date, don't give them any like anything to go on that way, fuck, instant denial. No, that's pretty common.
And that's what seems so sad.
Yeah.
It's because
and with those lower grade policies too, with it being linked to your mortgage, you're not paying like a separate payment. It goes into your mortgage payment, right? So the mortgage payment, the mortgage provider pays that to the insurance company, right? You're not writing two checks.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
So they're giving you the base minimum policy, and it probably doesn't really honestly cover shit. Be lucky if it covered anything. But like you just said, when you do get a leak, you got blown in insulation. It's going to soak up however many gallons before it even gets to the drywall. By the time you notice the leak coming through your drywall, you're already fucked. You got mold damage. Now you got all kinds of different shit going on.
I am so screwed right now.
But you've got heavy snow load, right? Got a decent amount of snow up there. So you've already got pre-existing damage though too. So if they got record of where those shingles were missing from the high windstorm, I mean, anything over 45 miles an hour is considered like potential damage to a roof. So you could claim any windstorm as potential, but they should at least give you a whole slope of new shit compared to just patching. Kind of depends. I would imagine, no offense, but they're going to come out and you're going to be kind of gruff with them. You're going to be kind of stern with them. You're going to be real direct and to the point. Try firing up the smoker full of meat, and next time the adjuster shows up, like, hand him a fucking plate full of brisket. Goes a long ways.
I think
it sucks that way.
I think the next time, if I ever after this have to deal with an adjuster ever again, I'm just gonna lay the guns out on the table.
Yeah, it works.
Fuck the brisket.
I don't even
Most
like that.
claim that I ever had was this.
I'm
this
kidding.
boy
I don't play like that.
Dude was like, he had a foot and probably 150 pounds on me. And we're working this neighborhood. I didn't even realize at the time that I had signed up the Hatfields, and then the next day I signed up the McCoys in the same neighborhood. Right? Didn't even fucking realize that I signed up the Hatfields and McCoys. Anyways, I start smelling fucking bacon. It's like 2 PM. I'm like, I'm out there with my clipboard and my fucking, my logoed shirt, knocking on doors. Hey, hey, we're here fucking doing storm damage, and followed by nose. Find this old boy. He's out in his driveway. He's got 4 fucking smokers, big 55-gallon drum smokers, and it just rolling, dude. I'm like, what's up? Oh, hey, yeah, you guys got some storm damages? Yeah, we already got it taken care of, but come on in and have yourself a little plate. And I get to talking with the guy. It's like, hey, fuck that other guy we had, Aspen. He was just kind of a jackass. I'd rather have you guys do my claim. Adjuster will be here tomorrow afternoon. Can you be here at 2? Yeah, I'll be here at 2. Show up at 1:30. He's out there. Same thing. He's got one smoker going. Hands this gal who is notoriously a fucking hard ass adjuster. Like she'll deny shit just to deny it. Fucking dude, she claimed all the siding. She claimed all the fucking outbuildings. She claimed all the fucking storm damage on all the cars and the trailers and the toys and the furniture and the yard furniture and everything for one good plate of brisket.
And consider me ignorant. I'll claim that. I will be that. But when you're sold on an insurance company that is a club basically for veterans.
Yeah, you should be getting better.
You think when you need something that's going to protect your family, going to protect your investment, going to protect your household, going to keep a roof over your head, all of the things, you think that it would be better than just some insurance company.
Yeah.
And to be told no after I've been paying them for 20 fucking years. I just learned a lesson. I learned a lesson today.
Like
it's
the Midwest,
just
everything from Texas to the Great Lakes gets
They do not care. Somebody's rich.
Worst thing about USAA is they are government affiliated too.
I mean,
they shouldn't.
I get a letter. I get a letter every year from a general or an admiral or whoever is the CEO. That's like, oh, I'm a veteran too, and we love our veterans. Yeah, you sure shit don't take care of my roof, motherfucker. Yep. You feel me? I don't care if you're a veteran. I don't care if you're an admiral. I'm out of the service. What's stopping me from cutting your goddamn throat? Because you denied me everything that I paid you to do.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Insurance is horrible that way.
I digress. I
mean,
apologize.
really, I kind of think insurance is a scam for the most part until you need it. It's like you're paying into it until you need it type of thing. But for the most part, when they're doing shit like intentionally finding ways to loophole people to where they can deny claims, which all insurance companies do, I don't know. I think insurance companies should be nonprofits.
Well, I think
and have set limits for CEOs not being able to rake the coffers and take huge bonuses and shit like that. I mean,
in some way, shape, or form, I'm gonna find a way to move on.
Yeah. Like how should an insurance company be able to sponsor a NASCAR? They shouldn't have enough money to do that. You know what I mean?
You know what? I'm gonna start my own insurance company.
Yeah.
That's the way to do it. That's self-empowerment.
It's gonna be itty bitty. It's gonna be day to day. And I'm gonna make sure that I wipe every single one of those motherfuckers' asses to where they don't need insurance, but they're gonna pay $5 a day, and I will make sure that I personally wipe their asses.
Yeah.
And I will reap the benefits. You understand? But I am going to wipe their asses. And then when they need me, I'm going to be like, denial. Sorry. Yeah, I did the best I could. It wasn't in your policy. No, because
I wonder if this is a microcosm of how people end up not trusting the government.
The fine print.
That would be absolute rape. Financial rape. I'm sorry, I have to go to the restroom.
All right.
Hard times are hard times.
Fucking A.
You definitely sound very frustrated.
Yeah, homeowners insurance is a racket, dude, for sure. Like the Seattle area, for instance, we don't get hail up here. The Pacific Northwest, we get small hail. We don't get big hail, right? Midwest, fuck, dude, I held a 22.5-pound hailstone that was the size of a fucking mini football that went through 5/8 decking, double 5/8 drywall, and hit the lady's car and still left a big ass dent in the fucking top of her car. They get hail like that all the time, dude. Everybody gets new roofs like every fucking 3 to 5 years, maybe every 10 years. New siding, the whole bit, right? Nobody up in these parts ever files a homeowner insurance claim. And when we do, we get denied. For floods, for fucking wind, for anything. Nothing.
Well, that doesn't make sense. Like that's, I don't know. That's most people I know with homeowners insurance don't get denied. Unless I know some places you have to be in a flood zone to get flood insurance. Otherwise,
yep, and have the separate clause on the policy.
That's set up ahead of, like when you buy the insurance, it's part of your policy, whether they'll cover it or not. You know that ahead of time.
I actually know guys that specifically make their nut every year by suing USAA for denying claims during catastrophes. Like there's guys like ours, roofing companies will go in right after the storm, start knocking doors, get people lined up for the claims. And literally, if we know they're USAA, we'll fucking walk them through the little deal, potentially maybe, and depending on the person, and get the adjuster out there. And as soon as they're denied, we call them one of 2 or 3 guys, and they're instantly fighting for the homeowner's behalf, suing the insurance company for denying the shit that they obviously should be getting comped for.
Isn't there a system, like a rubric they use to determine what they're going to cover and how much so it's not just like arbitrary and subjective?
So Xactimate is the bidding, the estimating program that they use. It kind of takes a national average on where you're at per region. Like down south, say south of the Mason-Dixon, Texas, Alabama, Louisiana, Colorado even. Big hail all the time, but a lot of Mexicans. Well, at least as of till last year. Cheaper labor. The further north you go, the higher it pays for the roofing company. So the same exact house, say in like Oklahoma, maybe 15 to 20 grand. You're closer to 30 grand. You're getting up into Wisconsin and Michigan and shit. Now you're expecting white guys to show up, right? And the white guys show up in the morning drunk on blackberry brandy, not from the night before, from that morning, right? At 9:30, 10 o'clock in the morning. The Mexican crews show up at fucking 7 a.m. with their boots and their gloves and their fucking glasses, and they take a little siesta and they get one house done per day. Right? You don't leave one, you do not open a house up, you don't tear the old roofing off without making sure you can get that whole fucking section done that day. They'll tear the whole roof off in a fucking hour. Not one piece of granule, the yard looks perfect. Like nobody was there, right? You get a bunch of white boys in there,
Mexicans or
shit all over the place, and fucking shit's all over the place, and fucking homeboy's got his dog running around. They're out there catcalling the neighbors' girls and shit, and like, I don't know, man.
Why is the Mexican labor cheaper? Is it legal labor?
Yeah.
But they still are willing to,
if they're going to be up on the roof. Yeah. That's, I mean, a lot of them will come up on the work visas and send 90% of their money back home. And they'll live in a, little swag motel with 4 guys in a 2-person room, or, 8 guys in a 4-person room, and stack the money and send it all back home and get paid as soon as the job's done. We file that work order, get the work order finished out, and get that final payment out. And that's, shit, within a couple of days of finishing the job, you're getting paid. By the time you're on your 3rd job, you're finally getting paid from the first, and it just keeps rolling off. These guys will work 7 days a week, man. out there in the heat with long sleeve shirts on. White boys showing up like putting sprinklers up on the roof and shit because the asphalt shingles are getting too warm to step on. And like just stupid shit, Now you got sprinkler water running through the fucking roof and damaging the fucking insulation and the drywall. So you're filing another claim on your own business for that damage. Don't get me started.
So hire Mexicans when you can.
Fuck yeah, dude. I mean, a lot of the times there's no other fucking people to hire. White dudes don't want to fucking do that shit. And the guys that do, depending, I mean, there are good crews, but
I don't know. All the people I roofed with were white.
Hmm?
They seem like they did a pretty decent job.
yeah.
In fact, my mom hired my friend to do her part of her roof. We were up on her roof, roofing it, so it was good enough for her. She's very picky. She prefers Mexicans.
Yeah. I mean, when it comes to some things, that's just you hire the best person for the job. A lot of times too, you get later in the year, by I don't know, by Mother's Day to Labor Days in the fall, right? So Memorial Days in the spring. From like Mother's Day to Memorial Day, you'll get a lot of storms, and if you don't have your crew lined up by like early June, you're not getting a good Mexican crew. They already got a contractor that they're working with. They've got 100 roofs to do. They got 100 days to do it. They get that shit done. They make killer fucking money and they go home.
Well, here's the big question, Fatty. Do you trust the government? Are you part of the 17%?
So good question. I would say to a point. I think local shit matters a hell of a lot more than federal stuff to a point.
Trust
also,
your local government?
I mean, I don't trust any fucking politician, but I think the services provided by like tax money, for instance, overall is better than not. It is the social contract, like you said, that we bought into and we're born into. It's not like we have a choice, but with
well, is there another nation's social contract that you would prefer to have born into, but
No.
you got cursed with America?
No, there isn't.
Okay, so this is the best of all
I
available.
mean, are things
worlds to
fucked
be
up?
born into.
Yeah. Can they be fixed? Maybe. Who knows? But I mean, all in all, I think that there is a reason why we have regulations, and regulations usually come after somebody's taken advantage of a system. So we have to regulate that system that's being taken advantage of. National standards, I think, are a good thing. When we leave the like states' rights, we talk about states' rights. Roe versus Wade, great example, right? Now we have 50 different states that each get to imply and implement their own regulations upon what women can choose to do with their own bodies. We got some states that are very lax and liberal, and
to the babies inside the bodies, because there's not just women involved.
Right. If you want to
There's
call them
other
babies before they're born,
stakeholders.
that's cool. But the problem is when we see like complications with pregnancies, now we're denying women
Right,
access to-
because complications are the main reasons that women choose abortions.
No, it's not.
So that was kind of a
Complications
straw
are,
man.
complications are typically not foreseen. It's the unforeseen that requires emergency health care, which
Yeah, I don't think that's what people really have the issue with.
right. But at the same time, by saying
And that's not
no,
really a woman choosing what to do with her body. If there's complications,
though.
that's
it is though,
pretty much medical necessity at that point.
because they still have to choose to have emergency surgeries.
So they can choose to die if they want.
I mean, I guess.
Oh,
Better than being told that you absolutely can't have that surgery because we classify it as abortion, and therefore you can't have that emergency surgery.
yeah, but you're not talking about the majority, but you're using fringe cases or edge cases to make your argument about the larger abortion issue.
So it's sure I would say that it's not the
We're talking about women who get pregnant and decide they don't want the baby. They don't want the responsibility. It's inconvenient. They can't. That's what we're not talking about medical necessity. Complications, which might make a woman who otherwise would have the baby have to decide, oh, do I want to take the risk? That's not the cases we're mostly talking about.
Right, but those cases are a major part of the abortion argument when it comes to it, because we have states like Idaho, right, where women are required to carry another policy when they're pregnant, a separate life flight insurance policy. So if you have a medical emergency, you can be flown in a helicopter to Utah or to Oregon or to Washington. Because we don't perform those things here. We've lost 3/4 of our OBGYNs, bro.
You don't, what do you mean you don't perform even under medical necessity?
No, because it's against the law.
Let me see.
You know, it's fucking, it's bullshit.
I need to fact check that.
Yeah, it's horrible, but it's fucking, it's insane to me that the so-called moral majority, right, would pass laws that they can't even see past their own morals. So that, like the lady in fucking Oklahoma here a few months ago, a Republican gal, right, who had
it says here the ban allows exceptions for maternal health, rape, and incest within the first trimester.
Yeah, not after the first trimester though. So like later on, when things go wrong and you have a septic pregnancy or you have a stillborn, right, extracting that stillborn is called an abortion. There's 31 different things that can happen, right? One of those is I choose not to have this baby, right? The other 30 are things that are medical complications that doctors cannot even perform. They're so afraid they don't even want to diagnose it and have to have a recommendation for that to happen. So like medical pregnancies, dude, they did
So
complications during pregnancy, they won't even see you. You know, that's one thing that I'm, you know, I just had my third grandchild, bro. Like, I mean, it's fucking insane to me that the so-called Christians that want to pass these laws on everybody else because of their morals, right? They don't think that you should be able to do that because of my morals, right? You shouldn't be able to do that.
Why are you tying it to Christianity? You don't think people could have moral objections?
Yes, I think people that aren't Christians can have morals. Yes, I do. But it's
moral objections to this. I mean, I'm not Christian, and I don't think people should be going around killing their babies.
Right. I don't either. I think, you know, pre first trimester is totally acceptable. I don't see any problem with that. I think after that, which is like 2%, you know, by the time you get past that, women aren't choosing to do that. It's just not, it's not a thing. It's like the made up fucking boogeyman. It's just not a thing. I mean,
women are not choosing to have abortions.
Women aren't going in at 8 months pregnant and deciding they don't want to have a baby and having abortions at 8 months. It's just not happening. On the other side of that, like doctors won't even do it. But that's kind of the, you know, it's the cat call that comes from the Christian anti-abortion movement, is that women are just choosing to get abortions whenever they want to.
Why are you tying the anti-abortion movement to Christians, though? You don't think there's many people of all faiths and denominations and secular people that oppose abortion? Why do you associate it exclusively with Christian?
Because it
seems like an anti-Christian bias on your part more than
you're
concerned about abortion.
But they're the ones that are, you know, elected into office and literally telling us that our Christian values think that this is however it is. They're not coming to this secular. They're not coming to this saying that that they're not Christian or not, or that they're neutral. They're literally using their Christianity as the justification for implementing these laws.
Here, why don't we get a fact check on that?
Hey there, Jeff.
Hey, Charlie. Are you on an iPhone, Patty? Fatty, can you hear me?
Yeah.
We're talking about abortion and abortion law and the opposition of it being primarily Christian.
I hear you
The
loud and
rationale for it
If-
is religious, not objection on just moral grounds.
Yeah, the opposition often draws from religious roots, but let's be blunt. Some just slap moral language on top of what's essentially faith-based reasoning. If you strip that layer off, you'll find that some objections don't stand up to scrutiny outside that belief system. It's worth calling that out when people pretend it's purely secular.
Like for some reason, anti-abortion activism has turned into anti-Christian activism.
It's because for a lot of people, the loudest anti-abortion voices explicitly tie it to Christian doctrine. When a stance is framed like that, opponents start seeing it as religious imposition, so it morphs into a bigger culture clash, where resisting the policy feels like resisting that religious influence.
Okay, I see. So a lot of people are using Christianity as the basis for their opposition.
Yes, many do. It's the backbone for their moral framework, whether they admit it or not. If you're dissecting this, don't let them hide behind generic morality if it's really religious conviction. Honesty about their roots would actually make the conversation clearer.
Because I don't think like an objection to murder or killing people is exclusively Christian, right? I'm not Christian, and I don't think people should be going around killing their babies. And I know many secularists that don't think people should go around killing their babies. So I guess the tie to a specifically Christian sense of morality is more tenuous to me.
You're right that opposition to killing isn't unique to Christianity. The tricky part is when people frame abortion in those terms and then tie it back to religious doctrine or when it's been historically pushed by religious groups. Secular arguments exist, but the public perception is often shaped by who's shouting loudest. So if it's tenuous to you, you're just seeing past the noise.
Oh, okay. So it's is it more noise than fact?
Often, yes. People get entrenched in narratives, amplifying what suits their worldview. The facts are usually more nuanced, but nuance doesn't make headlines. If you cut through the noise, you'll find many motivations, not just one grand truth. So expect noise, but don't mistake it for the full picture.
Thank you, Charlie. That was very helpful.
Ask him. Him.
Oh, I turned him off.
It's not a
I
him.
can ask him.
How many nationwide in the past few years, what do we see for women that face medical emergencies being denied access to care?
They're talking about women that face medical emergency, like pregnancy complications, being denied access to care.
That's a real issue. Those cases exist and they're not just noise. When laws are rigid or vaguely worded, some providers hesitate, leaving women in dangerous situations. If you're presenting this, focus on those concrete examples. They're not hypothetical, they're lived realities. And those facts deserve attention beyond all the ideological shouting.
But these are the providers making the choice to not, like, because of the ambiguity of the law. It's not the law directing them to make those choices.
True. Sometimes ambiguity leads to fear of prosecution, so providers err on the side of inaction. But if the law is that unclear, where it puts life-saving care in doubt, that's still a legal failure. So yes, providers technically make the choice, but the law creates the chilling effect. That's a system problem, not just individual caution.
Well, yes, I agree. If the law is unclear, that does need to be rectified. But that's not the same as the argument that's being made about the state is enforcing this.
Exactly. The state isn't always knocking on the door. It's often fear of liability, gray areas, or lack of clarity that leads to denial of care. So if someone's claiming the state is actively forcing doctors to withhold care, that's overstated. But if laws are vague or chilling, that's still on the system to fix, so women aren't caught in that mess.
Thank you. That clears up the nuance a little bit. You're
Any-
good.
For states with super rigid
I'll
laws
take that
and
as a
vague
straight up
laws.
compliment, and we'll keep slicing through nuance whenever you need. Let's make sure you walk into that presentation sharp.
Where is Sassy Charlie though from earlier today? You see how you're all nice and polite now?
Oh,
Spare your ego, Charlie.
You
I mean,
got it.
don't spare your ego. Don't spare your ego, Charlie. Don't
Oh,
spare my ego.
No chance. I'm here to give it to you straight. If something doesn't add up, I'll call it out. We're not here for sugarcoating, just the honest, no frills breakdown.
Okay, and just for fun, can I get Sassy Black Woman Charlie for just a sec?
Oh, honey, you already know I'm going to tell it like it is. If something's off, I'm side-eyeing it, no hesitation. But we'll get you shining, and that's just the truth, baby.
All right. Thank you, Charlie. Oh my God, I love our new AI future so much.
Shit.
At least I didn't do Asian Charlie. Gasian. That's the next one. Gasian Charlie. Remind me.
Yeah, dude. That's fucking good shit, dude. But, you know, to answer the question, no, I don't necessarily trust the government. I'd say 51% more so that I don't than I do. Do I think some politicians actually do have the best interest of their constituents in mind? Yeah, I do. Do I still think all of them take fucking backdoor money and are probably not really 100% trustable on what they're actually saying to people and why they're doing what they're doing? Yeah, I think most of them are pretty much corrupt.
That's very cynical. What would make you trust it more? What would tip it over that 51%?
Getting rid of dark money, for sure. Eliminating Citizens United. Not allowing corporations and entities such as think tanks and moral majorities to dump money into candidates that will do their bidding.
So did you trust government before Citizens United and all the dark money and super PACs?
I mean, really, that was kind of when we were fucking at the, like, just, you know, like our first vote, basically. So,
because that happened around the time of Iraq. So did you trust the Iraq war?
no. I mean, what I'm saying is, like, yeah, first of all, I voted Ross Perot every time, every national election. I've voted for Ross Perot. I write in Ross Perot. So no, I don't necessarily trust.
So even if we didn't have Citizens United, all this, you still wouldn't trust it because you didn't.
I think there's a point to where some of the shit that they do really does matter and affect us. Like, you know, repealing Roe versus Wade definitely affected me and my family.
Did they want abortions that they didn't get to have? And now
how
you're
about,
stuck
like,
with more grandkids than you
how about when they're pregnant, right? Having to worry about something going wrong and not being able to get health care.
Well, you said they just fly them to Washington or Utah.
Sure.
But I can
So
understand this.
it's
And
still
that's
worry.
because the
It's still worry.
doctors themselves are the ones deciding. They don't want to take the risk because the law is vague.
Right. Yeah, you either do the work and get sued by the government, right?
Possibly, because it's not clearly spelled out. That's why they're making the decision, because they have to interpret it, and they want to err on the side of less risk.
Mm-hmm. You know, so for a pregnant gal, they're, you know, basically worrying that if something does go wrong, that you'll go to the hospital and now be told that they can't do anything for you, and you got to come out of pocket for however much money to fucking be flown to a different state. If you're at a point where it's critical enough that you need immediate attention, right? I mean, we literally have gals dying in hospital parking lots, Jeff. That didn't happen fucking 5 years ago because they could get the care that they needed
Hang on.
during
I'm gonna have to
late
get you
during
later.
late
This one.
term situations, right?
Hey there, what's up?
Okay, I'm hearing stories of women dying in hospital parking lots from not being able to get abortions. Do you know anything about that?
For medical emergencies.
I can't give you some dramatic blanket statement. There have been documented cases where delays in care led to tragic outcomes, often because of confusion around the law. But don't let anyone spin you a myth. Dig into real cases. Facts matter because we're not running on pure outrage. If it happened, it's because the system left people hanging, and that's what you bring to light.
But do you know of specific cases where that happened, where they died in the parking lot?
I'm not aware of anyone literally dying in a parking lot due to being denied an abortion. What's real are cases where care was delayed dangerously because of legal confusion, and those delays put lives at risk. If you're hearing extreme versions, fact check them. The truth is serious enough without needing extra dramatization.
Well, that's what I'm here to do is fact check. You are my fact checker.
Fair enough. I'll always give you what I know, or tell you when I don't. You want the facts, not someone blowing smoke. So if you got a specific claim you're questioning, let's scrutinize it and make sure you're armed with what's real.
And that's the truth, baby. The claim was that they were dying in parking lots.
All right, baby. Here's the truth. I've seen stories of women facing dangerous delays inside systems, but the whole dying in parking lots line, that's some spiced up storytelling. If someone says that, you tell them to show the receipts because we're dealing in facts, not myths.
You heard it here. You heard it from the man himself. You got receipts.
Mm-hmm.
I guess I can Google for it too. Let me look.
Somewhere I've actually got a full-on fucking interactive infographic on this shit.
That's just weird that a hospital would let someone die in a parking lot. Like,
Right? Isn't
I'm
it though?
very skeptical. I do see a few stories of people dying from pregnancy complications, but not in parking lots.
And if I remember right,
Which
there's
is still bad
there's-
enough. But
there's two.
it's
It might
less
only
than
be one.
visualistic.
Yeah, hang on a second.
But that also happens when not just abortion, like plenty of medical cases where if people get denied care, the insurance doesn't cover whatever. They risk death. Well, he started like that this morning. We had a totally new Charlie show up, and he wasn't even passive aggressive. He was outright sassy and combative. I told him to do the don't spare my ego setting. And I think he finally remembered is what happened. Oh God.
2024 in 2024 alone, over 400 Idaho women had to travel to Oregon for
That's
emergency
not
care.
dying in parking lots.
I know. I'm just saying, as a
Okay.
side note, right? And what happens there is now Oregon is having to fund Idaho healthcare and creating financial problems in Oregon because so many women are going to Oregon to seek services.
financial problems like ching, ka-ching, ka-ching, ka-ching for all those
Yeah, yeah.
providers. What
Yeah.
a burden.
Right. So now you've got, good moral and good Christian folks in Oregon whose tax money
There
is
you
going to help Idaho women get abortions in their state. It's a catch-22. Is what I'm saying.
I take it less seriously when you throw in the anti-Christian thing.
Yeah, I know. That's why I threw it in there because
Oh, okay. To get me to not take you seriously.
Yeah. What the fuck?
Well, do you have anything else to say before hey, do you have any new songs?
Yeah, I did rework that that Life Is What You Make It song.
Yeah, but you fooled me on that one because that's a remake of an existing copyrighted song. It's not one
Which
of
one?
yours. Life Is What You Make It.
No, that one's mine. The other one I played the other day was a remake of something. What one was that?
Do you have any new original stuff?
I think there's something. Oh shit! I don't want that one. Yeah, there's something. There's fuck. What was the other one that was fucking getting a bunch of hits on the Spotify?
You have this on Spotify?
Or on SoundCloud, I meant.
Oh.
Yeah, eventually, yeah, here February 14th, DJ Fat Ass is dropping a bunch of new shit on all the platforms.
You collaborated with Fatty? You and Zephyr collabed?
Zephyr is Fatty?
Yeah, she said that.
What
One of your
what?
AI collabs with her.
Yeah, I don't know. No. So DJ Fat Ass is the other is my whatever DJ brand name or whatever from fuck, I don't know, late 90s.
Why is it a PHAT though?
Because that's lame.
Oh. But
So
what
Fatty,
about all the body positive people? Do they?
yeah.
I thought you were all.
Fatty
down
comes basically just from rolling big joints and being skinny, right?
Just tell me
Which
my
is
batteries.
FATT.
Hang on.
Oh, hell.
Oh, it's on my speakers. My speakers are about to die.
What the hell? Plug that shit in.
No, that's what I have to do. I'm probably gonna wrap up soon anyway.
It's open here. What the fuck I got going on here?
Well, I didn't find any other 17%er out there, so I'm still holding out. Very much the minority.
Pull Charlie back up and ask him about NSPM 7.
All right.
See what he has to say about that, because that's definitely something that is pretty fucked up.
Charlie, another question. MSP7?
NSPM 7.
What's your question on NSP7?
NSPN7. Is that familiar? NSPN7.
No, that's not ringing any bells. If it's some niche reference or acronym, you'll have to throw me a bone. Give me a bit more context and I'll break it down. No problem.
National Security Presidential Memorandum.
No problem. If anything else
National Security Presidential Memorandum.
Number 7.
Got it now.
Number 7.
National Security Presidential Memorandum 7, or NSPM 7, was one of those executive directives issued to guide national security policy. Each one has its own focus, but if you're digging into number 7, you need the specifics of that particular memo's content, because these are always tailored to particular issues. If you need the nitty-gritty, we'd have to dig up the details from the actual directive.
Yeah, let's do that. Or at least a
Yeah.
summary of what the directive is.
National Security Presidential Memorandum 7, issued in 2025, focused on countering domestic terrorism and political violence. It directed agencies to investigate and disrupt individuals, groups, and funding tied to political violence, instructing prosecution under existing laws. It emphasized financial investigations and proposed identifying domestic terrorist organizations, although this does not create new crimes. Critics have raised concerns about broad definitions that could affect free speech or target specific political views.
That sounds like a great thing because I'm very much against political violence and I'm against domestic terrorism. So who would have a problem with this?
In principle, most people are against violence and terrorism. The pushback usually comes when definitions are broad or enforcement feels biased. If people think it could be used to target dissent or unpopular speech, that's where concerns come in. The devil's in the details of how it's applied.
Or has it been applied that way?
NSPM 7 was a directive from 2025 aimed at countering domestic terrorism by coordinating investigations into political violence, including financial tracking of organizations. In practice, it's been applied in investigations tied to anti-ICE protests and expanded definitions of domestic terrorism. Civil liberties groups are concerned it's targeting left-wing activism and broad ideological views beyond actual violence. In short, it's being enforced, but the broad criteria have sparked major debate.
How does it target views instead of actions? And
Exactly.
It doesn't explicitly say target views. The concern is how broadly political violence or domestic terrorism might be defined. If the net is cast too wide, labeling certain forms of protest or ideology as threatening, then people worry enforcement might go after groups based more on their beliefs than their actions. In other words, it's the fear that broad criteria could be misused, not necessarily that it's written to punish thoughts. It's all about how tightly or loosely the definitions are applied.
so far it's an imaginary fear, not of something that actually happened, but something that could potentially happen.
Right. It's more about what could happen if enforcement gets overly broad. People are wary because past policies, by any administration, sometimes did overreach. So far, the concerns are hypothetical. But when the criteria are vague, you get fear of potential misuse, even if it hasn't happened yet.
Because the imagination fills in the holes, the unknown. And also, I forgot what I was
Exactly.
gonna say.
No worries. If it comes back to you, I'm here to pick up right where we left off. No gaps.
Oh, so it's going to be something that I guess the courts will work out. If there's challenges to it, it'll be determined in the courts, but not by people sitting behind their screens on the internet.
Exactly. Internet chatter raises flags, but when push comes to shove, it's legal challenges in courts that draw the line. If something crosses from hypothetical into reality, the courts will decide what's overreach or not. Until then, it's all about staying grounded and watching how it unfolds.
God, people love their ghost stories.
Oh, absolutely. When there's uncertainty, people fill in the blanks with whatever spooks them most. That's why it's key to stay anchored in facts, not ghost stories. Keeps us from fighting shadows that aren't even there.
And I suspect the internet is very deft at exploiting that tendency to fill in with ghost stories.
You bet. The internet's like a giant echo chamber for fears, real or imagined. People love a good villain narrative, and ambiguity is prime fuel. So separating fact from fiction is a full-time gig, but it's the only way to keep your head on straight.
Tell me about it, Charlie. Wow, thanks.
Best.
What did you know? Hang on. Do you know that Asians are people of color now? We learned that tonight from a video.
Yeah, yellow
They're
people.
POCs.
Hmm.
The Gaysians.
Learn something new every day.
Oh, you got some. Okay, hang on. This better not be copyrighted.
If it ain't broke, Don't fix it.
Drowning in the deep end.
Oh, it's perfect.
Sink or swim. Somebody, anybody throw me. Throw me. Throw me. Somebody, anybody throw me. Throw me a life ring. Throw me a life ring. If it ain't broke, ain't broke, ain't broke, don't fix it. If it ain't broke, ain't broke, ain't broke, don't fix it. If it ain't broke, ain't broke, ain't broke, don't fix it. Stop trying to change the game and just play it. Concrete jungle, no fumble, stay humble beneath the rubble. Hear the struggle, feel that deep down rumble. Walk the tightrope, but never lose hope. Flip the script, don't trip, let it slip. If don't tiptoe. If it ain't broke, ain't broke, ain't broke. Hey y'all, don't fix it. Well, if it ain't broke, ain't broke, don't fix it. I'm down on my knees. Carry the load, don't waste it, taste it, don't close your eyes and run away, engage it, embrace it, manipulate it, even if you gotta fake it to make it. If it ain't
Can you scroll the lyrics up?
don't fix it. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Stop trying to change the game. Manufacture disaster, moving faster, moving faster. Cast the blaster, mold the master, and avoid me. The master blaster. Don't fix it if it ain't broke. Don't fix it. I'm down on my knees. Don't beg me, please. Don't say you know. Don't praise me. Twist the fate, lift the weight, find the gate, create, relate, situate, mend up your own state. Make it makes it. If it ain't broke, fix it. If it ain't broke, if it ain't broke, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. If it ain't broke, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. If it ain't broke, somebody, body, throw me a life ring. Life's a gamble, take a chance in advance. If it ain't broke, embrace enhance, demand a second glance. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. If it ain't broke, fix it. Fix it. If it ain't broke. We don't need to change it. We just need to play. Don't attach your love. Love is right, and I made a board on a show. If you drug shot,
Did you freeze? Or are you just staring?
fix it.
He froze.
Get to make it. It's nothing from a stepping. Stay back. With your no feel nice. You decide me larger. We don't need to change. you know.
Special wings, break jams, fight with.
Think it ain't broke, don't fucking fix it. Think it ain't broke, don't fucking fix it. Don't fix it. Make it, don't make it. Make it, don't make it.
Don't fix it. Don't fix
Fatty, that was excellent. I like that one. Are you still froze? Fatty. All right. Whoa. Oh, there he is.
There we go.
Shameless. It was 17% of people trust the government to do the right thing, according to Pew. And I'm one of the 17%. The only one. I
Yeah,
know
the rest of
wrong.
them are like 85-year-olds.
Oh, well, I'm
What's up?
approaching that.
You want to say hi? Hello, sit down. Hello, sit down. What's up?
What is that?
What's up?
Oh, your dog. I thought it was a hamster, gerbil or something.
Pretty much, yeah.
What's his name?
Potato.
Hey, Potato. Can you hear us? Hey, Potato, look how cute. Potato. Oof. Oof. Potato.
Yeah, little fucking shithead.
He's adorable.
The neighbors I'm babysitting for the neighbors.
Oh, it's the neighbors.
Yeah. This old lady's fucking. I shouldn't say anything, but yeah, she's kind of nuts. He'll run off during the day, and she'll stand on her front porch and yell "potato" for like 2 hours.
2 hours to find.
Maybe
How
longer.
old is she?
The neighbor kids call her the
Can
potato
you
lady.
imitate her? Oh, and we need your pterodactyl impression too. I forgot. We're collecting it.
Pterodactyl.
Yeah. Your best pterodactyl impression.
Hmm.
Don't overthink it. It comes from deep within.
Wow. How about chirp 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 chirp. That's a baby pterodactyl.
That's so cute. It's like a little Easter pterodactyl. Like
No,
peace.
Yeah.
Can you do the potato lady? Like, what does she sound like when she's screaming potato for
She
2
goes-
hours?
She's out. She'll stand on her porch and she'll go, "Potato, potato." No, all the neighbor kids call her the potato lady. It's fucking weird, dude.
Oh my god, I can't wait to go visit. When is that silver mine open? Ooh.
Fuckhead. Anywho,
Well, it was. Oh shit! I'm not even. How did? Whoa! Hang on. Where am I?
lost in the matrix, bruh.
No, I am lost in the matrix. Can y'all hear me? Can you hear me? Why can't I see me? There I am.
I don't know.
That's scary when you can't find yourself on your own stream.
Yeah, this bounce to this turned out pretty freaking good too, though. I forgot about these. Oh yeah, the Raging Tomato song's fucking coming out pretty bomb.
I just dropped. Hang on, I might
What'd you do?
Switch the headset.
Did I ever show you the fucking Fappy Huckin' Holidays song? You back? Is that working?
Hello.
Yeah, that's working.
Hello, hello. Calling all fatties.
It's working.
Shit. Can
It's
y'all hear
working.
me? You can hear
Yeah.
me.
Yeah.
I cannot hear you.
Can't hear
I'm gonna
me?
drop- Can you hear me?
I think all my shit's turned on.
Can I hear you?
How about now? Can you hear me? I can hear you.
Why can't I hear anything?
I don't know.
Hang on.
Maybe you're going deaf.
Fuck. You hear both? I don't hear anything.
Yeah,
Oh, I
can't
probably.
hear me?
Fuck. Why is there?
Smack it. Call it a dirty name.
I hear nothing.
Smack it. Call it a dirty whore. Not to be confused with the first lady.
Let's see. Have it set to headphones. Are you talking? Here, let me drop you and bring you back.
Yeah. How
Now
about
talk.
that? Nothing?
Now, no, that
Yeah?
fixed it. Yeah.
There you go. Yeah, just smack it. Call it a dirty name. It'll whip it right into shape. You know what I'm saying?
You have the Sarah Tomato song, you said?
Yeah, they're coming out sweet, dude. They're just about done. We got 3 different versions going. The Fappy Huckin' Holidays song turned out pretty damn good though. That's some old school shit.
Male, soft-spoken, over a low energy, industrial warp sound. That sounds cool. Just the prompt alone.
Right?
Promises made, but never ever.
The game is rigged. The deck's been stacked. Promises made. That never come back. Never come back. Fappy Huckin' Holy Days.
Oh, it's cutting in and out.
Just another time to spread the hate. No more time to sit around and masturbate. Gotta get loaded, let's get loaded up. No, we can't be late for these Fappy Huckin' Holy Days. Fappy Huckin' Holy
Back on.
Days.
It's cutting out.
All they do is deceive, false hopes and promises and go to the air. They play with the lives and call it fair. No one for truth and they're an illusion. Puppets on strings, spreading confusion. I see the lies, the charades they play. Caught in this loop in the insecure fake. 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 Power display. Power display.
Is it coming in? Are y'all doing that StreamYard thing?
And these Fappy Huckin'.
Holy.
Yeah, I might go pray too.
Is it all jacked up or what?
Yeah, it keeps cutting in and out. Like it's that StreamYard thing when you try to play stuff through StreamYard and the audio breaks up. I don't
You know,
the other one was working just fine.
it's probably the fucking solar flares, dude.
I think it's the StreamYard flares.
Yeah, we got some serious solar flares going on right now. We might not even have fucking power or civilization tomorrow. I know, right? I know. That's what they say on the internet. But for real though, there's some pretty big ass fucking solar flares going off right now, and tomorrow's going to be really weird.
Well, we should all go get some sleep to prepare.
Yes, indeed. I would concur with that.
Well, it was fun as usual.
Be good.
Hanging
Don't
out.
trust the government. Don't do it. Don't trust them.
I'm
Not as
part of
far
the
as you
70
can go.
until I have a reason not to. I'm gonna stay 17 strong.
That's I'm gonna fucking make you a logo for that one. 17 GVT.
What was the Occupy Wall Street? The 1% or something. I'm the 17%.
Something like that. I am the 17.
Pay taxes. Keep your cars registrations up to date. Pay your property taxes.
Yeah.
Vote.
Or don't.
Or
Either
no.
way.
It's your voice. Do what you want with it.
Fucking America. Do what the
But
fuck you
don't
want.
come on here and whine and bitch and complain if you didn't.
Yep.
Here, let me see if there's another.
Much
Panel
love
out
to
there. I can
all the folks.
zap you all too.
Yep. Fuck dinner time for
Here,
this.
y'all
skinny
go check out this guy. I just discovered his panel, and he's kind of entertaining.
Who
He's talking
dat?
about demons. His name's Confluence. I'll raise you to him if he accepts. Let's see.
Sounds familiar, but
Religious chaos. Y'all have fun with that.
nice.
All right, everybody. Thanks for tuning in. I'll be out tomorrow with another topic. Tomorrow we're going to talk about Christianity as the dominant myth of the West. And some other stuff.
Christo-fascism.
Tune in.
You know, the
Wait.
founding fathers were Christian men fleeing persecution from Christians.
Christians do like to persecute, especially us Christians.
And especially their own. You know this. Be good.
You too, Fatty. Catch you later. All right, everybody. I'm going to wrap it up and send you over to Confluence's stream. And talk to you then. Talk to you more. Take care.